Alright, this is going to be a very quick video of simply how to set up RivaTuner Statistics Server and MSI Afterburner to understand how your frame time is currently performing and how to limit it to have perfectly smooth gameplay. Before I do that, I recommend you watch this video by Battle Nonsense called How to Fix Stutter in Games, which explains frame rate, frame time, and RivaTuner Statistics Server. This is what his channel looks like, and that video is about 3 years old, I think. Anyways, please watch that video. I'm not going to explain this. So in guru3d.com, Guru3d.com, you can go to the Downloads tab and find RivaTuner Statistics Server. Click Read More and scroll all the way to the bottom to download the latest version. Then you'll go grab MSI Afterburner from either the same website, because this is a legitimate distributor of MSI Afterburner, or you can grab MSI Afterburner from the website itself. You don't need a specific graphics card to use this software or either software. They work for everything. Once you have MSI Afterburner and RivaTuner Statistics Server installed, what you'll want to do is open MSI Afterburner and RivaTuner Statistics Server. This is what they look like. RivaTuner has kind of an opaque or translucent view, and MSI Afterburner is in the center of your screen here. What you'll want to make sure is that it picks up the graphics card correctly, but we don't need to change any other settings in order to start using this. In RivaTuner Statistics Server, I recommend you turn on Start with Windows and Show On-Screen Display. The on-screen display is what will give us the information we need to tune and adjust the frame rate limit to achieve a consistent frame time. The frame time is the time between the frames. For example, on this monitor, the maximum refresh rate is 165 Hz. I can use VSync, which is a software solution, to try and achieve consistent frame rates with the same amount of lag between frames or frame time. But an easier way to do that is to just limit the frame rate all the way down to a frame rate that you will always achieve. And that means your 1% lows are always hitting this mark. And with my configuration, that's somewhere around 120 FPS because I'm using a 6600 XT. For games, for different games, it will vary. So you'll need to adjust this per game, and you can make different settings profiles that will load on each game. But let's leave it at the monitor's refresh rate for now. Nothing really else has to be changed in RivaTuner Statistics Server except for frame rate limit. Then in MSI Afterburner, all you'll have to do is go to the settings, which I click the settings wheel, then monitoring, and you'll see all of these different active hardware monitoring graph options here. It's a little confusing, but all you have to do is click the check mark next to what you want to monitor, and then over in properties, this column here, it will be blank before you select anything. So then down here, what you'll do is check show in on-screen display. So in frame time, I have show in on-screen display checked, and I will choose to display that in text and graph form. I click apply, and then I can go into my game. So back in my game, you'll see over on the left here, I have a few more things showing. But essentially, I have CPU temperatures, and then what we're really interested in, frame time at the bottom here. And you'll notice that it's hovering in between 6 and 8 milliseconds per delivered frame, the time between each delivered frame. And our frame rate looks like it's a constant 124 FPS, but it's really not. It's a jagged line. So if I return to the game, kind of move around, you'll see the FPS number jumps 119, 124, 123, these kinds of things. And the frame time number also has a few spikes. When you're playing a game without VSync or any sort of frame time adjustment algorithms, you'll notice a bit of lack of fluidity in your gameplay. So all you need to do to remedy this is play a little bit and determine what your 1% low might be. So in this case, I think 100 FPS would be a very conservative estimate. So I can go down to maybe 120 and definitely hit that at all times, maybe in a scenario where there's multiple people or more things to load. But as soon as I limit that in Riva Tuner Statistics Server, as I've changed the frame rate limit to 120, you'll notice that both of those lines are completely flat. And now I have a very smooth gameplay experience at 120 FPS. Like I said, you'll have to adjust this for different games, and you can always turn it off if you want to. I recommend setting it, just as I've done it, slightly below what you will always be able to achieve for the maximum smoothness. Watch the Battle Nonsense video for a better description, but I just wanted to show how to configure that and determine what that number is using MSI Afterburner and Riva Tuner Statistics Server. So have fun, and hopefully this helps. I definitely notice a difference when playing games. You really don't miss out on the extra 5 frames per second that you would be seeing. What you gain though is incredible smoothness between the frames, which is just a better, more fluid gameplay experience that is hard to put into words. But it's very smooth and excellent. So please do this. That's all. Thanks for watching.